You know, I used to think being broke was somehow more holy. Like, if I struggled financially, it meant I was being humble, spiritual, even godly. Maybe you've thought that too, that wealth was worldly, that money was dangerous. But here's the thing no one told me growing up. The Bible talks a lot about money, and not just warnings, but wisdom. In fact, there are over 2,000 verses on money, stewardship, wealth, and possessions. That shocked me. What shocked me even more? Applying just a few of them actually changed my life. So today, I want to share with you the 7 Bible verses that made me rich. Not lottery ticket rich, not manifest it and it's mine kind of rich, but rich in provision, purpose, peace, and yes, financially too. So, verse number 1, Proverbs 10:4. Lazy hands make for poverty, but diligent hands bring wealth. Oof. This one slapped me. Back when I was jumping from idea to idea, never committing, wondering why nothing worked out, this verse found me. It taught me that wealth doesn't come from wishful thinking, but from focused, consistent action. So I showed up. Every day, even when it wasn't glamorous, every email, every project, every small task, I did it like it mattered. And slowly, wealth started to follow. Not overnight, but surely. This verse reframed my hustle, not as toil, but as worship. The second verse is Luke 16:10. Whoever can be trusted with very little can also be trusted with much. This one made me pause, because it's easy to say, oh, if I had more, I'd give more. I'd be generous. I'd budget better. But would I? God watches how we handle the little before He gives us the much. And I had to ask myself, honestly, would more wealth draw me closer to God or further away? There were times I let small blessings make me spiritually lazy. I got a raise, started skipping my devotionals, closed a deal, stopped praying as often, and I realized maybe God isn't withholding abundance to punish me. Maybe He's gatekeeping it to protect me, because money can change you. It can distract you. It can even derail you. This verse reminded me that character before currency is the key. Verse 3, Proverbs 22:7. The borrower is slave to the lender. Phew, debt. That thing that creeps in looking helpful, but ends up chaining your peace. I used to think borrowing was normal. Student loans, credit cards, quick cash. Everyone does it, right? But this verse, it exposed the trap. Debt is one of the enemy's most powerful weapons to keep you stuck, to keep you poor, to keep you distracted. Every loan I took without praying about it. I was digging deeper. I wasn't building. I was surviving. Now I ask God first, before any financial move. And the more I trusted Him, the more He provided without needing debt. The fourth verse that helped me is Ecclesiastes 7:12. Wisdom is a shelter, as money is a shelter. But the advantage of knowledge is this: wisdom preserves those who have it. Let me tell you, you can make money without wisdom, but you won't keep it. After a failed investment, I realized I had ambition, but no discernment. So I stopped chasing shortcuts, started asking God for wisdom, started learning, started listening, and everything changed. Wisdom doesn't just protect your wallet, it preserves your peace. The fifth verse is Romans 12:2. Do not conform to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. For years I conformed. I spent to impress. I chased the image of wealth, not the meaning. But this verse broke me free. Real wealth starts in your mindset. When I stopped letting culture define success and started letting God define it, everything changed. I redefined rich, peace, purpose, generosity. That mindset shift saved my finances and saved me from a lot of stress. And then the sixth verse, Proverbs 3:9. Honor the Lord with your wealth, with the first fruits of all your crops. This one stretched my faith. Tithing when you feel broke? That's tough. I had questions. What if I don't have enough? What if the church misuses it? But God whispered, do you trust them or do you trust me? That changed everything. The moment I started giving first, not last, my finances flipped. Doors opened, ideas flowed, clients came. God was managing His money through me. And finally, the last verse, Romans 8:28. And we know that in all things, God works for the good of those who love Him. This verse carried me in the tough seasons, when I made bad financial choices, when plans failed, when nothing seemed to add up. I held on to this. Nothing is wasted with God. Every setback was set up. Every loss was a lesson. Every closed door, redirection. This verse gave me the faith to keep building, even when the numbers didn't make sense yet. So, did these verses make me rich? Yes, not just in my bank account, but in my soul. They gave me peace. They gave me clarity. They gave me purpose. And if you're on your own journey, I want you to know You don't have to choose between faith and finances. God doesn't mind blessing you, but He wants your heart first. So give it to Him. Surrender your money, your mindset, your habits. Let Him be your CEO. Here's your challenge. Pick one of these verses, just one. Pray with it. Meditate on it. Journal how it applies to your financial life this week. And if this encouraged you, comment abundance and let me know you're stepping into God's promises for your finances. Because friend, you were made for more than just surviving. You were made to thrive. Let God's word lead you to the kind of wealth that blesses generations.